Well, maybe we should talk about how to go from something like a flower into the hybrid itself. I would guess with a two petal versus stall turnaround or something like that, it wouldn't matter which hand is doing the flower, but it might matter with a 4-petal turnaround. You might be better with your left hand than your right hand. Let's look at the one that you just tried to do, which I think was this, where you were overhand with your right hand and the left hand was doing the stall. So, oh, sorry, this is not the one I normally do. So, bum, 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 bum. And what you're doing with your arms, if you were to do the Pilates for this, if you start here, you do in spin like you're doing the overhand flower, so like your crawl stroke, but then they both go over the top. Then crawl stroke, both go over the top. 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 Yeah, the reversal in there makes it kind of, it's strange, but there is a distinct, in my kinesthetic experience, this may not match yours, but in my kinesthetic experience, when I'm doing this, it really feels like there's a distinct stopping point here, even though when you're doing your drop stall, there is like this breaking moment, but it definitely feels like a crisp moment of being in this position or this position at some point through there. Your mileage may vary. And then look forward as you're doing, so there's at least 2 ways that you could be doing this drop stall. You could be doing it as if you're doing a flower, like when you're doing your Pilates, right? You open your arm to the side. Actually, let's face this way so you can see it better. You open your arm to the side as you're doing it, right? So the natural one to do is probably as if you're doing it like a flower. And I noticed that as you were looking over your left shoulder, you were opening the palm to the side. As an alternative, if it's easier for you, you could do it this way, where you come up and over like that, where it's palm up. So if you looked at it on this side, where it's palm up. That might not be better, but it's useful to know that it's there as an option as well. That one would be more like if you were doing this combination. Oh God, I haven't done it forever. So it's more like the drop stall for that one. Although I would recommend doing it still with the extension, even if it's palm up rather than palm out. And also remember, you wouldn't be looking over your shoulder at your arm. You'd be like this. So I think it feels a little bit better when you're not rotated as much. So for me personally, I think this one is the harder one to get to stop cleanly. Whereas this one, I feel like I can do more of a braking motion as I'm coming over the top to get the stop crisper. But that's just me, and don't let my preferences become your limitations, as always. So I think the way to put this guy together, if we're going to assume that your right hand is the one doing the flower and your left hand is the one doing the stall, here's how I would start it. I would start with your right hand in front, your left hand in back, and then just do the one position. So go over the top with the left and across the bottom with the right to here. Right, so you're just basically doing the crawl stroke, or as if you're doing a giant like this. You're just doing that Pilates from here to here. And then from here, you reverse the left hand, so they both go over the top. And then crawl stroke, and then both over the top. Crawl stroke, both over the top. Crawl stroke, both over. Crawl stroke, both over. Crawl stroke, both over. Crawl stroke, both over. Okay, so if you're trying to do the turnaround, that's part one. The other half of it would be, and let's just make sure you know how to do this, right? So you prefer right turns. So if you start with your left foot forward, but your right hand in front, and then you turn to the right and step and turn. I just want to make sure that you have the 2-petal turnaround here, because the next piece of it is to do the underhand with the right hand and the stall with the left. So if you're here like this, the Pilates for this one, right? So this version of it would be, the Pilates is like this, your underhand here, and they both go over the top, and then you do underhand. They both go over the top, and then you do the underhand, so the backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. Right and front, left and back. Both over the top, then backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. We'll do 5 more. Backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. 3 more. Backstroke. 2 more. Backstroke. Both over the top, backstroke. Okay, now let's try it with the poi. So right poi is in the front in underhand, left poi just to the stall behind you, and they both go over the top, and then backstroke, and both over the top, and backstroke, and both over the top, and backstroke. And if you're not ready to do it that fast, just wait in whatever position you need to until you're ready. So you could do like 3, 2, 1, other position, 3, 2, 1, other position, 3, 2, 1, other position, until you're ready to put it together. If we wanted to move through the positions, so now that you've done the 2 halves, if we wanted to move through the positions, let's just start where we were here. We're gonna start, now this is what I think is awkward. Because we're doing a right turn, watch me first because you're in an awkward position here. You're gonna put your left foot forward, but you'll have your left arm back, right? Which is weird because we're turning to the right, right? So they're both gonna come up over the top, and you flip the side of the body with the right poi,